Hello everyone. Today we are going to study about the composition of air. As you know, air is defined as a mixture of gases. That means it will be comprising of various gases along with the dust particles, water vapor. Now basically the air is composed of 78% nitrogen, oxygen is 21%, and the other gases along with carbon dioxide and water vapor, dust particles, smoke, that will be comprising 1% of the atmosphere, or we can say air. Now coming to one by one, first is nitrogen. Nitrogen is 78% in the atmosphere, which is not basically absorbed by all the living organisms directly. That means the living organisms cannot use it. So how do we get it? Yes, we get it with the help of the nitrogen fixing bacteria which are present in the soil. So what do these bacteria do? These bacteria, they convert the atmospheric nitrogen and they convert it into the soluble form. Now from the soil, the plants absorb it and they use it for their growth. Now when we consume those plants which are known as your leguminous plants like beans, peanut, so we are getting those the nitrogen, and that is how the nitrogen is absorbed by the animals from the plants. Next we are coming to oxygen. Oxygen, as you know, is a supporter of burning. It is required for burning. Then it is making up 21% of the air, and it is also used by all living organisms in the process of respiration. That means every living organism breathes in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. Next is carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is basically required by all green plants to perform the function of photosynthesis, which is the source of atmospheric oxygen. That means the plants, they take in the carbon dioxide and they prepare their food. Along with it, the oxygen is given out, and this oxygen is then used by all living organisms for their survival. Next is water vapor. So water vapor, as you know, the cycle or the circulation of the water on this earth is known as the water cycle. So this is how the water is circulating. We have the various processes like evaporation, condensation and precipitation. So water is circulating on this earth in the form of water cycle, and basically we find these water vapor which are actually the water which has evaporated from the earth, and it is forming a part of the atmosphere. Next, the rare gases. Now example of rare gases is your argon, helium, neon, krypton and xenon, which have different functions. Now why are they known as the rare gases or the inert gases? Why? Because they are totally non-reactive. Non-reactive means they are not taking part in any chemical reactions, or they don't react with any other gases or the materials under the normal circumstances. That is the reason they are known as the rare gases. Thank you.